So Final Fantasy is a series I still want to dive into more on the channel. I'm definitely going to be streaming Final Fantasy 16 when that comes out. I want to play this Stranger in Paradise Final Fantasy Origin DLC. Stranger in Paradise has easily the best and most polished and my favorite gameplay, in my personal opinion, of any action-based Final Fantasy game before it. And I feel like Final Fantasy 16, from the little things that I've seen, is really just taking all of those things and making it better. I'm not going to be watching the entirety of this because I do want to keep things fresh, and even though by then, if I don't want to remember something by the time it releases, then I can easily just wipe it from my memory. But I do want to see how the gameplay functions, just to really maybe more intrigue my interest. Honestly, I really just want the game to come out, to be honest with you. So the exploration so far really does seem a lot more, almost like it definitely seems more like Stranger Paradise for sure, and I like that a lot. More like rustic and dungeon crawly and things like that, but also it's really okay. The particle effects really eat Stranger Paradise. I can also command Torgo to attack enemies or heal the HP. Oh, was that a parry? Was that a parry? I missed that. Okay, so cast a fire. Okay, no. Oh, you should just like dash, and was it like a finisher? Looking for a glimpse of a young Clive gameplay as well. Oh, so they got like a flashback gameplay segment. So that was just a normal knockdown. That wasn't like a finisher. I don't really see like break gauges. Oh, okay. That didn't even kill him. There was a certain point to where certain enemies in Stranger Paradise would have break gauges, to where once they're like completely broken, you could do a super powerful finisher that just kills them, and that's it. You do have limit breaks in this too. Fire definitely seems a lot more stable, because one thing about Stranger Paradise, it was good, but I feel like some of the command menus were not the most intuitive thing, mainly because there was so many different classes, so many different type of jobs that you could have on top of your resume, and so it kind of like cluttered things up just a tiny bit. So if they can streamline that, and don't get me wrong, it was still good, it was fluid, it didn't get in the way once you really mastered it, but I feel like there was so much useful, but also so many little things that weren't, to where it's just like you can tidy up the menu a whole lot better, and so far that's what it looks like they're doing. Oh, that's a good interaction right there. There's a normal walkthrough, but make a little more cinematic by having him peek around the corners, and it goes back to your playing perspective. I like that. I really like them taking it back to more of the older era, because I feel like those are some of like my favorites. Not that there's anything wrong with like more of like super futuristic and machinery type based ones, like Final Fantasy 7 and 13 and 15 and things like that. But something about the more fantasy olden era is really clean when it comes to Final Fantasy, in my opinion. It makes it feel more brutal. Let's see. So you have your normal attacks, the jumps, and it seems like you have some sort of abilities, like a special interactive ability, maybe like a charge attack, and then you have your normal magic. He had fire at first, now he has arrow. And over heal, more magic spells. Ravage, I assume this is maybe like a bleed. You could use your familiar, kind of like Hana from Octopath. Then you have a heal save point, I assume. Oh no, that's an item. Oh, they're really leveling up on the flashiness. That is so cinematic too, just going through doors. I love it. So remember to fight alongside Clive automatically. Okay, so some enemies do have a break gauge. See at the bottom, this one I assume is a break gauge, and once it hits the half, maybe you could do like a really strong attack. Okay, just completely skipped it. So his health is still really high. This may be like a mini boss. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. Oh, and they're staggered. Yeah, so they definitely borrowed. I mean, they didn't completely just borrow entirely from Stranger Paradise, but I want to see if this is going to insta kill. It's building back up. Okay, so you don't get like an insta kill type thing where you just snatch them up and just crush them, or at least do a big attack. You just pretty much have to do as much as you can while it's staggered like this, almost like Pokemon Legends Arceus against one of the boss Pokemon. Take the opportunity when they're staggered to really go in. I want to see if there's a really strong, there we go. I was going to say there has to be a really strong parry system in this game, because Stranger Paradise has had a normal parry with the blocking, and then it had an actual soul shield where you can perfectly absorb some like energy to make some like of your attack stronger, and also make their defense go down some more. This looked kind of like a combination between a parry and then a counter attack. It's almost like a reversal slash from Kingdom Hearts. That's what that reminds me of. That is really sharp though. So he's going for so it works on magic too. So it's not like you have to actually block it. It gives you an entirely like reversal slash type thing like Kingdom Hearts, which is really, really nice. I like that a lot. Okay, and his break is going down. Okay, so he got to half, and then you could still bring him down. He's not staggered, but he's faltered. It makes it easier to go down to the second. Okay, I get it. It's good. Now, what is that? This game is so flashy, though. I love it. The particle effects, too. They're just like, look at the particles. Look at the particles. Even on the slashes, the fire, the electricity, even on your familiar. Oh my, it's disgusting. Disgustingly beautiful. I love it. Makes the magic, and not even just the magic, but the swings and the materials seem so much sharper. And I need him to just take one big look at the landscape. That's what I need. Like one big look at the landscape, and that's it. Attacking your opponent from the front while it is guarding will deal no damage. Circle to the rear to penetrate its defenses. So it is kind of like, do you have, I guess that you will kind of have like a reversal slash. Certain basic abilities such as Burning Blade and Charge Magic, as well as iconic abilities such as the Phoenix Rising Flame, can break an opponent's guard even when delivered from the front. So that was kind of similar to how certain charge attacks or certain weapons would deal more damage against enemies blocking, which is always really nice. Charge Magic, I don't think Charge Magic normally does it, at least not without certain spells, or only certain spells do it. But this is really nice. But you probably definitely go through your MP gauge simply trying to use Charge Magic or enhance physical attacks with magic just to break through guards. They are getting clapped. Now what is this? You got the Midas hand or something? That was a parry. What job is that? What is that? Titanic block. I assume so. Each of these are more like maybe the left side is more of your like normal magic and your familiars, and on the right side, this special one right here is more like a really unique ability, and you can switch between them because he's already switched a lot. That's Titanic block. It's like a parry that becomes physical. Bro, the brawler classes in these games, sick. And you really just use it. So you still have your traditional attacks, but okay, now he's on Deadly Embrace. Is it like a force pull type thing? Is that what that was? And this game looks so gorgeous, man. I love it. And look at how flashy it is. That just makes it so much more satisfying. I love it. Slashes. What do you have? What exactly is he doing? Is the Deadly Embrace is like giving his normal attacks different properties. So his arrow gauge is refilling back up, and now it seemed like he clicked it, and now he has different types of properties on his normal attacks. Oh, so it's a timed like flurry of attacks. Maybe it inflicts bleed. Enemy or guard. Clive uses Phoenix's Burning Blade to break the enemy's defenses. Okay. Does your MP go down during that? It doesn't look like his MP went down at all. Okay, now he has Phoenix Shift. So each of your different, I guess you could say A or A abilities right here, depending on what controller, or O abilities right here, depending on what controller you're going to be using and what system, gives your normal magic and attacks different properties. And you guess you could switch between them almost like loadouts, but it's like you can have so many different ones in one mission, which is nice. But it's also how you can switch between job classes with a touch of a button, Ranger of Paradise, and you have an entirely different job. This game looks so good. Like I said, I don't need even any more just to get excited about this game. I'm already at the most excited I can get, but I do like seeing it in action and me imagining myself being able to play it. Battle with Suparna and Charada. I'm not gonna read that because I feel like that's a Homeboy looks clean. Almost reminds you of Kevin Flynn from Tron. Huh?
I was waiting for you.
Reminds you of Pakunoda from Hunter x Hunter.
All this for a midnight chat. Well,
look at the visuals.
Where are the men and women you took from Lost?
And see, this, I feel like if his design was like Jack's design from Stranger in Paradise, people wouldn't like him nearly as much. I feel like people memes Jack so hard, mainly because of his normal base outfit, just a t-shirt and pants and the buzz cut, and him that he just got so memed. Sadly, I like the game. Of course, he is a cutscene skipper, entirely punching monsters during their monologue, but I do like the outfit scheme that they're going with the Final Fantasy 16 so far, even for more like not extra looking characters.
Waleed shall be requiring his services indefinitely. Come back to me, Sidolphus. I need you. Think of all the things we can create together.
Now, I don't know exactly what side it is.
That we can build.
You
We?
need me. Your king needs me.
I'd say it doesn't seem like it.
Building a new world, just not his. That bastard's dreams are as twisted as his promises are false, and I want no part of them.
Accent is thick for what he looks like.
And this is how you speak of him. Have you no shred of loyalty?
What? To a leader who'd use me?
Mm.
Like he uses you.
You know
Dang.
nothing of me, Sidolphus.
He's spitting some
You're right.
facts that she probably don't want to hear.
I don't know who you are anymore,
Oof.
or what you want. I only know what you used to say. That you were tired of running.
They got a pretty deep history here. I don't even know the context, but I can tell there's a little something here.
That you just wanted to be free. Free of it all. You weren't lying to me then, so what changed?
Ooh, look at the wrinkles on her face when she's getting slightly frustrated, but she gets more frustrated and then it just releases. It's gone.
Sacrifice who you were to
But
get
she's
what you wanted.
more in control, not gone, but she's trying to control it some more.
I use my talents to my advantage, and you would tell me there is shame in that?
If there's no shame, then why do you feel so sorry for yourself?
Arousing
Oof.
speech, Lord Commander. I was
Well, he's trying to hit her where it hurts.
changed. The only person I feel
But it seems like they're so caught up in their factions dispute that their personal attachment is like leaking in so much. He's not afraid to be honest about it, but she is more so thinking about her duty. At least that's what it seems like. She clearly doesn't want to hurt Mans, but
if you would stand
her loyalties is really getting away that personal attachment. But look at that.
no
Look at
choice.
that camera focus change. It's blurred, not even focusing on her hands. And as her head raises, completely focus on her face and blurs out the rest of her jacket. Bro, look at the pores. Look at the pores. Bro, so good.
Goodbye, Sidolphus.
Even the tiniest. Is this this has to be mocapped. Thing about mocap is like there are some techniques in animation that you just cannot, or you can replicate, but they would take so long to replicate and it almost feels unnecessary to try to do. This is a tiny quirks, a tiny movement, a tiny natural reactions and acting that animation will not bother to try to do in 95% of the cases. That once you're mocapped, you don't even have to like direct that reaction. It's all natural. So it's got to be mocap. Oh, she got a whole transformation going? Oh no, this is seemingly more story spoilery territory. Art and Clive is watching, but this is pretty intense. Stamina of Ramu and always able to harness the Final Fantasy VII's mighty abilities. Oh, so yeah, Ramu. Who does she have? Bro, look at that, bro. She's like Vulture. Bro, look at that green. That's really what it reminds me of, Vulture from Spider-Man. I want to say his almost like the Flash, but way cooler. And he's just not taking 20 seconds to actually spawn his summons. But it's like they're taking their summons into their bodies and controlling their power, almost like a fusion of power. It's almost like they're tailed beasts from Naruto. They're not transforming into the tailed beast, but they have the power themselves. Oh, it is like a vulture. She has a claw right there. Sid, that's your name? Oh, so you're the Sid of this game. Oh, there we go. And don't fall out, Mans. He's not gonna die until bonk. Well, I'm guessing this is gonna be where we fight her. Now you transform back quick about him. I do want to see
Finish them.
finish them. Who? You sending out your familiars? So as Alpha Confident Dicta calls upon Harpies, Farna, and Sharada to finish off Clive. Oh, so this isn't even her you end up fighting. Well, Sid, I didn't hear what he said after that. Magic Burst, Precision Counter, Lunge, Magic Burst, Precision Counter. So it definitely seems like they're not reacting to every single hit. But they do, as their defense gauge goes down, they do start to break a little bit more. But you can't Oh, I thought in Stranger Paradise you could move. But the dodge canceling out of attacks is so important in these like high-paced action RPG games. And I really need, one thing I really need is for the actual effects of the different jobs and the upgrades and the skill trees to actually really make prominent effects to where they actually feel like they matter, and not just try to like give you chump chains for the littlest of upgrades. It's like, then what's even the point? Give me actual benefits. And like action which climb must react quickly will occur during battle cinematics. Oh, so you got reaction commands, straight up Kingdom Hearts, and I love that. Red cinematic actions are to evade, blue cinematics are to block, I assume, indicate an attack. Okay, so you have the red ones, which are a dodge. You get a lot of time. I wonder how the difficulty is going to change these, but the fact that you have reaction commands in a Final Fantasy game, that's one thing that made Kingdom Hearts 2's combat so nice with the reaction commands. It really makes you super immersed in the gameplay. Not even having to play it, like a touch of a button, you got to make sure to react on time and counterattack accordingly. I do want them to be, I mean, this is still early on in the game, it looks like, so I do want them to pick up the pace with them and make them more difficult, or maybe just make them more difficult based on the actual game's difficulty. Use limited time to pile on damage with enemies unable to take action. Yeah, so it is like the boss Pokemon and Legends Arceus. As long as they're down, they just pile on the damage as much as you can until they get back up and get and refill their gauge. Titan's Titanic Block is powerful shoot against deadly attack. Okay, so it is, Titanic Block is basically like the soul shield, but do you lose something from that? Do you still take damage? Oh, he didn't take any damage from that, like any amount of health. And then it skipped. Wow. Jeez. You can move. And he talking to his homeboy? Yeah, that's that dog. That's that dog. I know, don't get me wrong, I know there's probably some even more cinematic battles and cutscenes, stuff like that, but I don't want to spoil it all for myself, so I'm probably gonna finish watching this boss and let that be it. Much as I really would want to see that. Actually, I may take a little sneak peek at some of the other ones, maybe, because this is some really good stuff. Look at that. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. Look at the particles. Just seeing all that, so satisfying, man. And look at him. You could have, you could have got one more hit to just finish him off. You know you could have. And there he is. Man, I with the reaction commands implemented, I really hope that there's more, like maybe it's not the mini bosses or the first bosses, but I really want you to have like finisher reaction commands, like reaction command sequences that will finish the battle to make it so much more epic. You don't need it every time, but make sure you have it in there. This one seemed different. I didn't want to do the rest of that last one because I was like, man, I feel like that's a really intense character story moment, and I don't want to spoil that for me because I was already getting a little bit invested. I don't even know them. Who are you? Organization 13 member? Huh, man who killed his brother. I didn't even know that. There's a different confrontation in mind. Whomst? Garuda. Oh, yeah. Definitely a wind monster. Cinematic action with the player must quickly react will appear during battle cinematics. Look at even the flashing on each one of the buttons. Oh, the chanting? The male choir though. I should say the male opera. That's I find is both really epic, but also still really rare. Look at that shot though. That's thumbnail material right there. If I was playing the game right now, I would have taken a thumbnail right then, and that would be the thumbnail. Actually, I might take that for a thumbnail of this video. Who knows? Plays out against in 2 phases. It's like a female creature. Great fights he normally does, switching between abilities 3 icons. Their HP is going down though, like down. Actually, everybody putting their gaze. Yep. Oh, now the female opera kicks in. So here's the gouge you get, and he switches to a Titanic block. Oh, is it like a rotation, or can he switch? So he goes from the green to the yellow to the red, but they go down. You can only use them a certain amount of times. Maybe there's a recharge, or is that all you get per like save point or refresh area? He was switching between his different Phoenix one, the Titanic block, and then the Arrow one. Bro, look at that shot. Area Blast. After depleting a fixed amount of growth, his HP she powers up becomes even deadlier. Yeah, it's like you're fighting one of the actual elemental origin beings from Stranger Paradise. Taints distant with Titan's range stone attack. So now he's using an actual range attack. It's just you're still getting hit, my boy. You don't want to dodge roll? You're not dodging. Oh wait, are you dodging? I mean, you're not taking damage, but I hear. There goes. I was about to say you're sounding like you're taking damage when you're not. But he's not phased at all. Maybe this is just something you can't evade. It's one of those things like in a rhythm game, you get to a certain point, but if you messed up enough, your HP is going down and you're dead anyway. Phoenix's Phoenix shift ability allows Cloud to close the gap between him and his target. Okay, it's like Valorant. What is that mask? Oh, that's the deadly embrace from the Arrow enemy. Ooh. Okay. I expected more maybe like reaction commands, but going through like the halfway point. Okay, so Titanic block is a lot more like a parry, and it seems like when you parry with Titanic block, they're breaking. Look where it is. Okay, no, I thought it was a lot higher than that, but that's still a good amount to parry with to make it staggered in the first place. That's a good amount of block damage. Look at how fast it's going back up though. Look at the damage you're doing. That's good. Yeah, look at that damage. So you can really just keep shifting between with all the ones you have, but it will refresh your one boss fight. I assume it's just like on a timer. Golly, that damage. What's over here? So he's on an item menu right now. Tonic, potions. I wonder if you can get like certain type of awards for how much damage you do during one enemy's staggered time. Oh, this is gonna be the finisher. I just said I wanted the reaction command boss finishers. Oh, and the opera kicking in perfect time too. But look at how epic she is and this boss. You hear the triumphant phase of the music kicking in too. That's great sound and music design. He read that entirely. Another type of cinematic task requires player to press the button repeatedly. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, got the mash ones. You hear the heroic phase of the music coming in. Don't worry about Garuda. Akon's had the ability to regenerate their limbs. Now what is that? Now what's that necessary for? But not their brain though. Garuda has been slain, but further fight awaits. A word? Man, that's epic. Is there anything else I may want to see here? Oh, Ifrits? I do want to see this though. Awaken, child of fate. Oh, you get to summon Ifrit, bro. This is literally like when you beat the enemy in Power Rangers, and then now they're going their giant forms together to form the Megazord to do the kaiju fight. What are they even standing on? Now I don't know if this is before or after the events of the last mission, but if it is after, then homeboy's okay. You actually, this gotta be the first time he's seeing this too. Oh, from the ashes, look at man's. It was transformed into volcanic beast and traditional Final Fantasy summon Ifrit, yeah, absolutely. Look at him. Now where Muhammad at? When we gonna get him? Look at that stance. You get a whole kaiju fight too. These battles are incredible. And this is the second phase. I was about to say that there's no way they're gonna end the fight with it just being like that. Fit control similar to Cloud, but has a weightier feel. Yeah. See how much shaking? When you hear that in the background, they still have the male opera in the background, but they added more. I'm gonna hear they added more piano to it too, and actual guitar, more string and piano for sure. So nice. Look how cinematic. Dude, your reaction commands in this too. Let's go. That's so nice. So I guess so these are called, I guess you could say, Akons, I'm guessing, are when the actual people can transform into their summons. I assume that's what that term means. Look at that. But he's trying to use a desperation move like Blocking Man from Mega Man 11. The Phoenix ability translates similarly to Ifrit's lunge, except it's a lot slower and you definitely need that opening. Bro, look at him drag her. Sheesh. He's still okay. He's still taking damage, so he wasn't blocking that. I assume there's gonna be certain blockables and unblockables. That would make the most sense. Jeez, man. Oh, with punish. Now, what was that about? Was that like, did he have an incoming attack or did he just do it anyway? So it's a combo, and then he did like almost like a bonus move, like an additional move. It's so nice. EJ Kun versus Akon battle is his own unique step he designed for that point in the story. Thank you. That's really, really, very nice. But it's so nice. Do you have reaction commands in this too? This looks like a full cutscene, so I doubt you have reaction commands in this. But then again, it is Final Fantasy 16, so you don't know. You don't know. Look at these things. Phoenix shit. Those things will never be used more than once in the story. Basically, it's telling you, hey, once you use it once, we're not reusing cuts like in an anime. Absolutely not. Oh, okay. You could tell the shift between back to the actual combat battle. But then again, I don't think any of these are pre-rendered cutscenes. Maybe. And look at that, man. These battles are so epic, but so epic. Look at that. You're just going in on them at the end. Time Bruno is slain, about 30% of our overall HP was depleted by the end of the cinematic alone. Gee, he's just going on a rampage. Oh, yeah, he just can't even control them anymore. So you have Ramu. Ooh. Yeah, so the Akons are the Miguel that transform into their different summons. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. But I skipped around a little bit of this and at the end because I don't want to get too many permanent spoilers, and I skipped the end of the last one because, like I said, spoilers. But hey, I'm excited for this game. There's not really much more that can get me too much more excited. I was already excited. This is just me seeing more of it in action. I like going over the gameplay, and I want to get more Final Fantasy stuff on the channel. I will be playing the Yuffie DLC from Final Fantasy VII Remake because I never actually did end up playing that, so I do want to stream that. I was going to play some of the DLC of Stranger of Paradise. I may do that only on Twitch, but I might do it on the YouTube side here. And anyway, guys, subscribe if you haven't already. More Final Fantasy stuff incoming. And thank you for watching, and see you guys in the next one.